On the day of our match, I just told myself it's just another game day, just like I've been doing for the past few years. Last few weeks of LCS, we played well, just had to wake up and do it again. And against CLG, the only difference was that this match was a lot more important. The winner obviously would move on to the next round for a chance at competing in Worlds, and the loser might have to face relegation. And that was definitely not something that I wanted to do. But in my mind, like, the outcome of the match didn't matter. All I wanted to do was go in, treat it like a regular game, and play my best, and whatever happened, happened. In the Season 1 World Championships for the qualifiers, I just had to win 1 out of 2 best-of-3s against either CLG or EG. And we took it to the 3rd game and we had an advantage and we just threw. And that was pretty heartbreaking, and I was like, well, my league career is over. And this was like, God knows how many years ago. But I kept playing, I kept competing, and I just kept improving and working hard. And Season 2 World Championships rolled around. Qualified with my team, that was CLG at the time, and we made it to Worlds. We were in group stages and we got knocked out in the first round. And Season 3 World Championships, first split, when I was on Curse, we were doing really well. We had a huge upswing. I think we surprised a lot of people, and I thought we were really solid. But in the second split, we just never really picked up our game. We actually lost in the first round of playoffs to Dignitas, and we ended up losing to CLG in the 5th, 6th place match. So we ended up getting relegated, and that team just kind of crumbled, fell apart, and had to kind of rebuild it.
eSports.com, where CLG is leading Curse with 69%.
I'm always nervous before a game, especially if it's a match that's really important. But once the game starts, once I'm in game, everything just calms down and I'm just trying to focus on the game.
Knew to get right out of this fight immediately. We'll be down for a second. I like it though. So far, Cop coming back on this. They just played this one very nicely. Uses the relentless pursuit to get out. That's the slow. Doublelift could be coming up big here. Expecial throws himself in the fire. Can he heal it back up? Oh, he gets the perfect amount of health back.
One of the biggest turning points was when Quas died and they were coming down to take our inhib. They were poking us out and they were just taking down the mid-inhib turret, and we were like, we have to do something right here. So I was just like walking up, trying to hit stuns, trying to clear waves, and try to get them out of our base. And they hit a hook on me, Afro did, and in like the split second before they were able to burst me, I got out like my full combo on Seraph, and I just one-shot him from like full HP. And he didn't react in time. He didn't get his Zhonya's off. He didn't cast his ult. And then while they were trying to kill me, I got Zillion ulti, but I got my full combo out before the Zill proc. Cop was able to like chunk Doublelift and kill him too, and we were able to like run them over and ace their whole team. And from that moment on, we just started picking up momentum and taking the game over. So that was pretty big for us.
This would be absolutely ridiculous. You can get very tunneled in on trying to get the Nexus turret, which will cost you the fight. The fight will cost them the game on either side. One Nexus turret goes down. Expecial's one shot away from dying. Ult comes up again for him. Rewinding it down. Cop lives. Quas still alive, having the biggest health bar at the end of most of these fights, trying to be the last man standing. That's going to be game 1. Perseverance and focus from Curse to take down Counterlogic Gaming.
We didn't really know how to feel, to be honest. CLG was a completely different beast. Like, the adjustment to Korea, no one had been screaming them, no one knew what they were playing. So we didn't really know if what we had prepared would be good enough or not. We just were trying to keep positive and hope for the best.
The crowd likes to chant for the favorite team when the game's starting, but I mean, in the opening moments, there really isn't too much happening, so it doesn't affect my mentality at all. And then once that's gone, once we're in game, once we're like laning and stuff, then all of that just disappears. You don't really care about that. And only when like kills happen, you hear cheers and chants. That's only the time when I really hear the crowd.
Turf being created by the crowd here.
I think one moment in game 2 where I just kind of realized that we were going to win the game was when we had a pretty big advantage and they were getting desperate to engage and try to start something to turn the game. And they had like Seraph on Maokai running at us. They had some backup, and he just like tried to flash engage onto me because they knew I had no flash when I tried to like flash the Baron Pit and kill Dexter a few minutes before. And we just like stunned their whole team. We just started killing them. We TP'd in, and we just picked up a few kills off that. And that to me felt like a desperation move, and I just felt like their confidence was pretty rocked.
Went a lot smoother than expected. Like for example, when they ganked Quas bottom in game 2 around like 17 minutes, I just like told everyone to go to Baron and to like try to just get Baron as soon as possible. And that's something that Dignitas and TSM have got a lot better at adapting to since they've been scrimming us so much. They've seen that we are prone to doing Baron if we have an opportunity with like Nunu to like consume max and things like that. And we were kind of surprised that CLG was so lax on the Baron vision.
Yes, he does. Nom Nom, thank you very much.
We've been working super hard this whole split, and from the very beginning, I knew that Curse had the potential to go to Worlds. And finally, towards the end, at the finish line, we finally showed that potential, and I really want to push the team, and I want to go to Worlds. This year is Curse's year, and we can do it.
Is right in the middle of the fight, playing it like he's Mundo. Seraph trying to run out. Him and Link have just the same amount of health, equaling 800, but now it's all down to 0 across the board. Dexter running for the base. He's the only one, 75% HP, and the Nexus turrets, inhibitor turrets, are going to start falling.
Hey, we talked about it on the preview show. Curse's recent performances
absolutely ridiculous.
Have been ridiculous, and they continue them here today. After those 3 weeks playoff practice, showing up big once again. It's not just in scrims. They're performing here in the LCS.
Curse bring out the same composition, but go so hard they don't even have a chance.
I think at the beginning and maybe middle of last split, where we struggled as a team and I struggled as a mid laner because that was my first split competitively. I was learning the role. I was playing against people that played it for a long time, and I wasn't playing at the level that I knew I could be. But I think that I really started to pick it up last half of last split, and just from the beginning of this split towards our recent match against CLG, I feel like I've been constantly improving. I've been working tirelessly, just trying my best day in and day out, like brushing aside all the comments that people were throwing at me and just trying to work on my own game, hone it to the level that I knew I could get to, and just try to be the best mid laner that I could be for my teammates and myself. Like, I was just constantly improving, playing really well against a lot of people. Obviously not perfect, but every time I make a mistake, I try to learn from it, and I just try to pick myself up and improve for the next game or the next match.
Everyone was playing on point. There was no weak links, and everyone just wanted to win as much as possible.
When I started playing this game, I was like 15, 16, still in high school. Just picked it up because it was a cool looking game and I didn't really have much to do except for study, and at the time I had no idea what would really come out of it, but I kept playing. I first played for fun, and then I got that competitive drive in me, ignited in League, and I just wanted to be the best. And from the moment like I joined my first team, Rock Solid, I've been trying to be the best, trying to work as hard as possible ever since. And a few years later, I'm one of the last remaining like first generation players still competing, and I've never stopped trying to be the best, and hopefully this year I can finally prove what I'm made of, and our team can make it really far, because I believe in us. I think that we can make it to Worlds. I think we can make a run.
So they're not going to maybe be able to finish this one. We got a very hurt I will dominate. The inhibitors down, the pressure continuously created here, and looks like they're going to stay for some damage, Kobe.
Afromook aiming for the exhaust to slow him down for another tower hit. Double lip though. He's gonna be well pressed to defend this.
This is gonna be it. They are pushed back to the fountain right now. Nexus turrets are falling. 34 minutes into the game. A clean sweep on Counter Logic Gaming after the boot camp in Korea. It's not gonna be enough to stop Curse.
I don't know how much longer I'll be playing League. I love it, I enjoy it. It's the greatest thing that's ever happened to me, and a big part of that is just the constant support and like constant belief that people have in me, my fans, my family, the people around me, and I just want to make all those people proud. So hopefully I can just go big for them and we can do something that people will be proud of.
And this is where I want to say things are starting to turn.
Up until this week, it felt like we knew we could do it, but we never could really materialize that into wins. And if we can't get the wins, then no matter how good we think we are, it's just not going to happen. But